for having me on such short notice and throwing me on the bill. It's really exciting to be part of your snowball effects. And thank you, Ted, for making this cool thing. It's really cool to be initiated via this initiative. And they are. I feel initiated. And they are pretty mappy. I am from Portland, but I'm living in Ithaca right now, and I just hate it. But, you know, like, I'm just really bad at adjusting, too, so I figured that there's got to be a way to be crotchety but still exuberant. So these were my way of unmapping myself kind of out of unhappiness. And if I was going to be crotchety, I might as well be exuberant about it. So I was going to read a couple of those and then just a new poem, too. Unspeedo. I ask you to touch me where my gills would be if I were a prehistoric fish. There is no wrong way to answer this question. I swim out to the buoy and then swim back. Just because I didn't see a dorsal fin doesn't mean it wasn't a shark. I stand on the shore, panting, with my two hands on my hips in my one-piece Speedo. I already know I'm going back in. I have to be sure it was a shark out there. I swim way out, past the buoys this time. Have you ever dived down so deep that by the time you come up for air, you've forgotten what air is for? A shark goes to sleep at its appointed hour of night. It dreams of 500 women in child's pose. Not sure where all these guys are yet. Smells like a newspaper. But, I mean, which is fitting, because poetry is the news that stays news, right?
Nice.
Nailed it.
There's some other quotes about news. Unmap. The map back to the rope swing was in the knapsack all along, but it isn't the map we'll use to get back from the cemetery. And the map we'll use to get back from the cemetery isn't the map your sister drew back to the tree fort, and it isn't the one handed down from generation to generation, which isn't this map here either, the one that you'll turn over and begin to draw the other map upon, the map of the forest, the copse under the copse, the under mountain, the under river. There's an open door somewhere around mile marker 7. I can show you how to make the open door opener. This is a poem called Amphora. If I had ancestors, I would be the echo of them. For years, I've been trying to be the echo of what will not echo me. Cashmere sweater, braid coming unbraided upon it, canoe in the Everglades, the whole Nile, all of the glistening span of it, from source to mouth. I've tried to sleep next to the Nile, head to foot, and been dwarfed by water. I've never touched the Nile, so how could it resonate in and out of me? I am not a tuning fork. The egg yolks this morning, slipping down the half pipe of the blue ceramic bowl, they will not be the echo to me. They are 2 ingots shining in my eyes, spitting images of every time I crack eggs into a bowl. Is memory an echo of the sense of sight? A cache of amphorae are discovered in a shipwreck, discovered off the Ivory Coast. They echo what they were once made for the transport and storage of: wine, olive oil. If my shadow had an oral component, I am certain that this is what it would sound like. It would sound like an amphora. The sound would be the olive oil. The movement of my footsteps would cause to overflow and pour out. That the simple act of my walking in the world would cause me to fill my shadows full of golden chartreuse libations. Everywhere I go sloshily, the sound of olive oil being poured. This is the last one. A purple balloon between them. Two mind readers sit in a room becoming more and more or less transparent to one another. One thinks up a Ferris wheel and thereby plants the Ferris wheel in the mind of the other. One thinks balloon and lets go a balloon into the sky of the mind of the other. One thinks red and the other thinks blue, and so it is a purple balloon between them. They go back and forth like this. The thing I appreciate about the one I love is I am not a mind reader. It's not that you're not the same glacier moving at the same glacial pace every day, because you are. It's that some days you're meltier, and other days you're more formidable. And then sometimes an Arctic fox crosses your brow, which is fitting in its own way, but also still surprising. And then a bumblebee occurs to you, and that's what I love, that a bumblebee would occur to a glacier in the most unforeseeable way.